Hello guys, it's Josh from tradingwithpriceaction.com. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how to identify trends in the market. So as we know, there's two kinds of trends, uptrend and downtrend. An uptrend is when the market is going. Let's just get a quick little example. See, this would be an uptrend. As you can see, market is going up. And we know it's an uptrend because there's a low, a higher high, higher low. See a higher low, see this is the first low, the second low, see how this low is higher than this low, a higher high, so this high is higher than the first high, higher low, higher high, and then from there it looks like it's just been a straight up shot right here. So as you can see, you have a low, higher high, higher low, even higher high, even higher low, and even higher high. So it's basically just, it's like stepping stones pretty much. The higher highs and higher lows act as stepping stones as the market is going up. So that's how you basically identify a trend. So that's one quick example of a uptrend. So let's just try to get a quick one of a downtrend. Let's see, this might work. So we have the starting point right here, low, a lower high, so this low right here is lower than the first high, and we come down here and we have a lower low, so this low right here is lower than the first low right here, and then a lower high, this high is lower than this high, a lower low, this low is lower than this low, lower high. So you can see this low is higher, this high, is higher than this high, or this high is lower than this high, and then we come down here with a low. So as you can see, it's like stepping stones for the market. It goes down, hits it, back down, boom, 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 boom. As you can see, the highs get lower and the lows get lower also. So when you see this, you know that this is a downtrend. So that's just a quick and easy way on how to identify the trends in the market. Identifying trends in the market is pretty easy to see. Obviously you can tell it's uptrend, and this is right here is a downtrend right here. So it's pretty easy to tell just by figuring it out. But if you really want to like get into it and see when that trend is starting and when the trend is breaking out from a range to starting to become a trending market, that is important for a trader to be able to know how to do that. Because if we get a market right when it's starting to trend and we get that trade when the trend is early, we have a lot more profit to make than if we get into a trend that is late and we only get in for about 50 pips instead of what we could have been if we've gotten the trade earlier in the trend for like 200 pips. So if we want to see how to identify when a trend is starting, we have to see that there is a low and then a first high. So this is the first high, and then this is the first low, or this is the second low. So as you can see, the second low right here is higher than the first low. So this is the start of this is the beginning part of an uptrend. So then once we have this first high right here, we need to watch for when prices break through this line right here. So once prices break through this line right here, we know that the uptrend has officially begun. So as you can see, prices come up, hit here for the new high, drop down for a higher low, and then once prices broke through the first high level right here, we know that the uptrend has officially begun. We can now know that the uptrend is beginning. So that's a great place to get into a trade after it breaks through the first highs level right here. Now if we take another look, we can see another uptrend. We can see a low, a high. So this is the first high right here, and then the second low, which is higher than the first low. So once we have the first high right here, we know that once prices break through here, oh shoot, one second. Alright, so the low, the first high, and then the second low. Let me change my color really quick. So then once prices break through the level of the first high right here, this bar right here broke through it. Once that bar breaks through this level, we know that the market will begin to is the beginning of an uptrend. As we can see, it proves it to be as it continues up. So once you see this level of the first high get broken, we know that uptrend has begun. Now, let's take a quick look at how you can trade with the trend and how the trend can help you in your trade. So if we go to the 4-hour charts, we go to a recent trade that I took, which on the US dollar peso chart, and we can see that if we look right here, we have a high, we have a high right here, and then a low. Then we have another high right here, but this second high is a lower high than the first high right here. So now we know once prices break through this level right here, that we'll have the beginning of a downtrend. So once prices broke through, I knew that I was looking for a pullback along this line right here to get into the trend early. So once prices pulled back and this pin bar was formed right on the first low of the downtrend, this pin bar formed, I knew it was a great place to get in, and I entered on that pin bar and I gained over 150 pips in that trade. So that's the power of being able to trade with the trend. When you trade with the trend, it gives you momentum and you know where the market is more likely heading. So this trade right here, I knew that since the market right here broke through the first low of this downtrend right here, this big bar, I knew that the market was in a current downtrend, and I was looking for a bearish price action trade setup, which formed right here in the form of this bearish pin bar, and then prices dropped all the way down here. As we can see, after this pin bar, prices dropped around 250 pips. So you can see the power of a trend and the momentum that it has on a market. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys have learned the importance of identifying a trend and how powerful they can be. And I also hope that you learned how to be able to identify a trend early on, so you can get into that trend early on before it's too late and you enter the trade when the trend is on its 5th pullback and it's dying out. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Make sure you go check out my website, tradingwithpriceaction.com, where you can find plenty more information about Forex and price action. So until then, you guys, safe trading.